Hello, and welcome to the Fall 2024 Section 005 of the Human Resource Management class, which is HRMN 3320 here at UT Arlington. HR 3320 is the first course in a sequence of HR courses that's required of management majors, required of HR majors, obviously, and I think is a recommended elective for most other College of Business majors. Here's the description of the course from the catalog. This course is a survey of the human resource management function in organizations. Topics include planning, job design, recruitment, selection, training, compensation, performance appraisal, and employee relations. The course focuses on how these practices can be crafted to help support business strategy and develop competitive advantage. I think that's a pretty good description of the course. And so we'll talk a little bit more about some of the components of the course on the next few slides. So here's some information about how this particular section of HR 3320 is going to work. This course is entirely online and entirely asynchronous. So that means you can access the course through Canvas at whatever time of day or night that you like. There's not a particular time that you and I need to be online at the same time or anything like that. So you can access it however you want to. So the materials that will be involved in our learning this semester will include some readings from a very good textbook that I'll show you in another couple slides what that textbook is like. What I call a mini lecture, which is just basically a YouTube that I do for each of the modules. Occasionally there'll be some other, just kind of little activities that I'll pop into modules that are, just optional or recommended. And of course, some optional discussion areas in Canvas that you can check out if you want. And so 16 modules correspond one-to-one with the 16 chapters in the textbook. There'll be a lecture as well as some slides and maybe some other stuff that goes along with each module. But the big takeaway is, all of this is online, all of it is asynchronous. You and I never need to be in the same place. You and I never need to be online at the same time. But I do hope that we can have some of those experiences, right? I do hope we do have some time to either talk face to face or to at least talk online at the same time. But it's not absolutely essential. So here's a sample of what the modules will look like in Canvas. This is what module 1 looks like. There'll be a link to the slide, what I call the slide images. Those are just PDFs of the slides. If you want to print them out, take notes on them, take notes on the PDF, whatever. A link to the lecture on YouTube. Usually at the end of each module, as you see here, there's a link to the discussion. And then sometimes if there's particular hyperlinks that I have on slides, I'll include them here as well, just so you can get to them easier if you want to. So that's what each of the modules will look like. The two most important things most likely are being able to access the slides, which is a PDF, so just the Adobe Reader or some other PDF reader, and then the ability to access YouTube either through the YouTube app or through the internet or however it is that you normally access YouTube. This is me. I'm Tom Graca. I'm a faculty member here in the management department at UT Arlington. I'm also the director of our graduate program in HR. On this slide here, you can see, a full super fancy version of my name that you don't ever want to use. Just call me Tom, please. That's absolutely my preference. So, it's just us, right? There's nobody really looking at us. It's just us. So I'm just Tom, and I hope it's okay that I'll use your first names. My email address and my cell phone number are there. Please feel free to call or text whenever you like. If I don't want to talk to you, I just won't answer. So feel free to do that whenever it's convenient for you. If you want to learn more about me, you can go to tomgraca.com, and that links to my LinkedIn page and some other sources. And then if you want to schedule an appointment for us to talk, the link to my calendar is there as well. tinyurl.com/TomUTA. There's only one thing that you need to buy for this course, and that's the required textbook, which is by Randall Noe and others. It's called Fundamentals of Human Resource Management, the 9th edition. You'd probably be fine with the 8th edition or maybe even the 7th edition if that's what you have, but no promises from me, but that's probably the case. And you'd probably also be okay with the 10th edition, which I think comes out like this month or next month or something like that. But if you happen to have one of those, that'll probably be fine as well. You can do it in any format you want, on paper, hard copy, paper, hardbound, paperback, ebook, the McGraw-Hill Connect thing where you get all your books for one price. However you do it is fine with me, but you want the no ebook, Fundamentals of Human Resource Management, 9th edition. There'll also be some things on the web, but those are free, so I don't think I need to go into those because there's a link to those during the course when I send them to you. It might make sense for you to go ahead and subscribe to me on YouTube so that you'll know right when I add the lectures for each of the 16 modules. It's not necessary, but you might want to. Once the course is over, my content probably won't interest you very much, so I'd suggest you unsubscribe from me when the course is over, unless you want to keep getting management lectures delivered to you, but maybe you do. So the grade for this section of HR is made up entirely of 4 multiple choice exams. So that's the only component of the grade. There aren't any quizzes, participation points, activity points, attendance points, nothing like that. Your grade is made up entirely of 4 multiple choice type exams, and they're all on Canvas, and they all use the HonorLock exam tool, which requires you to have webcam and microphone on during the exam, so that the software can notice whether you're cheating or not and let me know. And the grade for the course is just your average of those 4 exams. And so it's 93 for an A, 78 for a B, 60 for a C. So you can see I kind of made the C number a little bit lower, a little bit easier than it often is, and only 50 for a D. So again, that's quite a bit lower than you normally see in classes. So I try to make this a pretty easy C, kind of easy B, but not necessarily an easy A, probably a hard A. For you, but the grade's made up of the 4 exams. They're all on Canvas. They're all multiple choice. They all have windows of like 2 or 3 days for you to take them. If for some reason those windows aren't big enough, I guess let me know and we'll see what we can do to expand them a little bit. And then the final grade for the class is made up just of the average of those 4 exams. So if HR is something that you're really into, something that you want to make the center point of your career, you really are at a great place for it. UT Arlington is very well known for its undergrad HR offerings as well as its HR graduate program. Our graduate HR program is ranked number 5 in the United States of all the specialized master's degree programs. So that's pretty good. So we're up there kind of with among the top 5 are Texas A&M, Villanova, University of Illinois, and I think Purdue is the other one that's in the top 5. Also, we have a great student HR organization, SHRM, which stands for the Society for Human Resource Management. It's very active and does some great programming, and I'll include some links to them in the module as well for you to check out. But this really is a great place to do HR. I'm happy to talk with you about careers in HR, happy to refer to you to some of my colleagues who have different HR expertise, but you're at a good place to do it if you're interested in studying more HR beyond this course. So here's the quick summary for kind of the intro for HR 3320. The only thing that you absolutely positively must do are the exams. That's all that I'm going to grade. That's all that's going to be included in your final percentage, which leads to your final grade. So that's the only thing you have to do. There are 4 of them. They have deadlines that you saw on the last 4 screens. They're closed everything, so no book, no notes, no nothing. This course usually has a typical UTA College of Business curve. So, average grade is like a B or a little bit below a B. And that's usually the way that it works out. If for some reason it's a lot lower than that, I will do something to make sure that it gets up to where it's supposed to be. If for some reason y'all are geniuses and it's too high, that's great. Certainly won't do anything about that. Beyond the exams, I mentioned the book, I mentioned the videos, I mentioned the slides that I provide, as well as the possibility of visiting during office hours, either public office hours or private office hours, to interact during the discussion rooms. And of course, I'm available almost whenever to talk about almost whatever you want to talk about, whether that be by email. My email address is there, tomg@uta.edu, by telephone, or by SMS or by text. I'm happy to do it any way you want to do it, and that number is on the screen here. I really am looking forward to a great semester. I love teaching this course, and so hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I do.